Hey, Jesse.
Hello, wife of mine.
What are you having to drink today?
I'm traveling.
You traveled?
Yeah, it's the Traveler.
Oh, it's the Traveler.
Yeah, I'm traveling. Bourbon, 90 proof.
It's whiskey.
Well, whiskey. Yes.
Told you it was whiskey.
It is whiskey.
Because who's it from?
It's Chris Stapleton's whiskey, 90 proof.
I'll say the man sings about whiskey enough. He better be serving it.
The Traveler, Chris Stapleton. I thought it was a bourbon. It tastes like a bourbon, but it's a whiskey. It's got all the notes. It's amazing. Yes, distilled in Kentucky. Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah.
You said it was Knob Creek. You had it all wrong.
I had it all wrong.
He was like, it's Chris Stapleton bourbon from Knob Creek. And
I said it all wrong.
Chris
I was trying to go off the
whiskey
dome. So it's not in the bourbon Bible, but it should be.
It's okay. Well, it's new, right?
Yeah, it's
and that Bible was produced.
It's the new thing.
A couple years ago.
Oh, it wouldn't be in there anyhow. It's a whiskey, but it's a good whiskey. Like, dude, I would put that up against a lot of bourbons.
Well, Jack Daniel's whiskey is in the bourbon Bible, so
yeah. Well, it's.
And they're in the family.
Yeah, the family.
In the club, we all fam.
In the club.
In the club.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy. So I did this, and then I did some, and then I did some with some Dr. Pepper.
But did you dim some?
I dimmed it. What are you drinking over there? Tell me about your new goof.
Saturday night when we went out on the town, y'all, we went and saw Divided Truth.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Divided Tyrant.
Yeah.
Divide. Oh my God. Defy the Tyrant.
Defy the Tyrant.
What was the other band? Because they were fucking great.
The first band?
Yeah.
Order of Chaos?
Let's not get it wrong. There was a fourth band. They were first, and they were great. And we're so sorry that we don't remember your name, but it'll come to us. But anyways, we were there, and it's not a liquor bar. They just have beer and seltzers.
Yeah.
And they had green apple White Claws, and you and I loved them. Drank them all night.
Going ham on them, dude. They were so damn good.
Drank them all night. And I was at Aldi doing some little grocery shopping, and I saw that they had a Vista Bay green apple, and it is delicious. So that's what I'm having today.
You like your Vista Bay.
Yes. So I've got me a Vista Bay.
It's good. Don't sleep on it.
Don't
sleep on Traveler either. Whiskey, not bourbon.
Yes.
Because they don't have a bourbon yet. And I was imagining that it was something more than what it is, but it's actually a lot because it is what it is.
Right.
Thank you, Chris Stapleton. And yeah. Kentucky liquor is good.
Yes.
But we finna dip out of here tomorrow. We're going to St. Augustine.
Yes, it's anniversary weekend. Yeah. 13 years together, 1 year married.
I'm excited, Lindsay. It's been a great year, too. I think this is like one of our best years we've had.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Yes.
Thank you for being with me.
You're
so fucking awesome, Lindsay.
You're so fucking awesome. The only complaint I have is we did not do enough water shit last summer. I think it was just because we had been going so ham.
Busy.
No, we were not busy. We just wanted to stay at home and cook. We were in our cooking and canning era. We kind of got out of that for a minute.
Well, I mean, we were busy.
True. Yeah. That is true. We were doing it.
True.
Yes.
True. So tell me what we're drinking about. Just a little bit, but then I want to get back into that badass show at Jackrabbit's.
Okay. So today we are drinking about Gabby Petito. This is a more recent case. So I do want to let y'all know, a few episodes back, we had a recap. And I said we were going to do some couples murders. But there are 3 heavy hitters that are in Hot Topic right now that I'm going to go ahead and cover first. And then we will go overseas.
Yeah, because I do remember I was fixing to say, yes. I think you were saying we were going to go overseas. And I had this really cool band that I was wanting to play from overseas.
Well, we'll save them. So, yeah.
I had to save them?
Yep. Save them for three episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 more episodes. Okay. Well, this one and 2 more. I want to get those out of the way. And so they're in Hot Topic right now. So I want to go ahead and cover them just because it may show up in your timeline. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? And I'm going to be like, oh, wait. Shh. But I'm going to go ahead and cover them. That way you don't accidentally learn all about them.
Okay.
Because if you
I'm just here to ride the wave, girl.
Because if you are new here, what we do is we talk about a true crime case, and Jesse knows nothing about him.
This is episode 21.
Yes, where we are officially at the drinking age.
Yeah.
With our episode.
Cheers, Lindsay. Holy
so yes,
shit.
we
can drink now. We done got 21 in.
We cover a true crime episode that Jesse knows nothing about, so all his reactions are completely organic. My goal is to break him almost every time. Last week's was a little different. And then we plug a band that we're digging and that we think that you should listen to as well. Listen to, follow, give them the recognition that they deserve for putting in hard work, putting their art out into the world.
I have a gothic punk rock band I want to play. And I think they're from like South Florida as well.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that later on. But I want to talk about Jackrabbits, Lindsay. 2 of my bromance bros were there.
Yes, it was a great night.
It was a great
fun night.
And I love Jerry, Divided Truth, and Josh from Tragic.
Anytime that we go to a show,
it's a family reunion.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And for sure though, but me and Kurt get together, and then you throw in old Richard Burke in that bastard too. Dude, romance time. You could see the pheromones.
Kurt from Defy the Tyrant and Richard Dick Burke from Fighting Giants, and also he is playing with Defy the Tyrant right now.
Yeah, he played like 4 songs. Then he had his son up there. I was like, Silas, that could be you, bro. That could be you, bro. Learn your licks, bro. Learn your licks. It was so awesome. Yes, and I got to sing on the mic a little bit.
And
I don't know
we got
how it
in.
Sounded, but
we were like teenagers, got in so late, and then my ass had to work double.
Yeah.
On Sunday, and it was rough.
But you know what? I didn't ass out Sunday. I knocked out some shit.
You did. I knocked out some shit.
Oh, you went and worked a double. Yes. We were,
and I had to go in an hour earlier than normal too.
We were mic checking to an old song. Is that Beatles? Me and
so
you,
happy
and
together.
You and me. No matter how we toss the dice, it's got to be.
So we had I meant to tell you, we got a new follower. And she was like, I just listened to the first episode and I love your singing voice. I'm like, girl, thanks. But
yeah,
I just be bullshitting.
We're not that great. No.
I just be bullshitting.
Now, sometimes you do surprise me, baby. Yeah,
I can sing. I did most of my childhood.
You just need the right motivation.
But I smoked for years and that killed my octaves a little bit. Or it would make it to where if I would sing one song really good, that was it. That was all I had. So we don't smoke anymore. So my vocals have returned to their normal state.
It's my favorite thing to see Lindsay over there just goof booting and singing. And she does that whole like cheesy grin thing where she's looking around. And I love it.
Who sings Happy Together? The Turtles.
The Turtles. Turtle Club.
Turtle in 1967.
Oh, I love that song.
Nice.
Why didn't I know that was the Turtles? But who knew that was the Turtles? I don't even know who the
Turtles are.
Turtle.
I do know.
I wasn't turtly enough.
They weren't turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let you fly. I got to reminisce about all the band stuff, all the cool stuff, Defy the Tyrant. I got to hang out and had bromances. All the bands were amazing. It was just really cool. So happy Friday, everybody. I'm so excited. Woo! Here we go. And Lindsay, it's our anniversary weekend.
I know. We're going to have a blast. I'm excited.
Yay! You move a lot more to this song now than you used to. I think it's part of your DNA now.
What made you feel old this week?
Me, old? Mm-hmm. This week? I got to think about this one. Hang on.
Well, I can go ahead with mine then.
You go first. Let me think about it. Let me drink about it. Let me.
So I work in a restaurant, and most of the staff that I work with are half my age. So I am the only one that knows every single classic rock song that comes on corporate radio. And nobody, except for when Landon works, because that's my son.
Yeah.
He works with me also. And I've taught him well. And he knows most of them as well. So that's what makes me feel old sometimes. Or this week particularly. I just looked around and I'm like, nobody else knows what the fuck I'm singing.
Having to take supplements to get by makes me feel old.
Oh, yeah. I've got a plethora of them.
I keep noticing that I'm like having to take something just to feel like energy or coffee. It's like I got to have something to get me going and keep me going. And then you're like, you got to balance out your supplements with your crash because if you're like coffee geeking and then all of a sudden you're done. Mm-hmm. So I guess that makes me feel old. How's that? Is that good? Is that good?
Yeah. I mean, I have to start the day. I start the day with 2 scoops of pre-workout because it takes about 30 minutes to kick in. So I get up, make the bed, brush my teeth, drink get on my workout clothes, drink the pre-workout, and then pedal around the house, do something, put away dishes or whatever, and then work out. But yeah, that's my get going in the morning because it's rough before I drink that. But
you're the most going person I've ever seen in my life, though. You are.
I do have a lot of natural energy, but it's, it's still rough in the morning. I'm not a morning person.
I cannot compete. Maybe it's just I'm so damn tired, though. Like 55 hours, 60 hours a week. I should have wear on you, too, though. Mm-hmm. Like 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night because we're trying to watch some more House of the Dragons. It was like, I want to watch one more episode.
Everybody will ask me why I don't do management because I've been with the restaurant that I work for 19 years. And now, when I was a single mom, I did do the internship and consider it. But for just a little bit more money, I would have to work 20 more hours a week than I already do.
No.
I wouldn't be able to take off on the times that we want to because I would have to fight other managers to get those same time spots. And you're locked in. You're locked down. You've got a lot more restrictions. I can clock out and go home and I make my money. I have my regulars I have a regular who has had several strokes and he doesn't even know what to order unless I'm there.
But that's
so
how professional you are toward keeping your business.
I'm doing just fine doing what I'm doing. I don't need, management is not an upgrade. Just so everybody in the world knows that, or all of our listeners. Management is not always an upgrade.
No. Well, how many bosses do you have there right
5.
Right now? 5. Mm-hmm. Imagine how many you'd have if you was a manager.
Right.
It'd be like the lowest manager, so all the managers are all above you, and they're all looking at you.
It's more work for not a lot more pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot more responsibility. Yeah.
It doesn't equal.
I'm good.
It doesn't add up.
Right.
It's not cool. Not cool.
Right. So yeah, I'm good where I'm at. And I don't have to work 55 hours a week. And if I was a manager, I would.
Yeah. I'm like a sub kind of management almost. I mean, they look at me because I've been there forever and I make shit happen, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody looks to me, even the managers ask, because I've been there longer than most managers.
I get sarcastic when people do that, though. I'm just like, oh, so you want me to tell you how to do your job? Okay.
And just a little current event. Our friend messaged us that there was another possible serial killer in Florida. And then I also seen it in Hot Topic on my news feed on Facebook.
Who did I see that with besides her? My sister posted that too.
I did Google it, or I did some research, and most are saying that it's a hoax, but I don't know. It could be hidden from the media right now until they find out more information, which is a good idea because then when media gets involved, sometimes things get
watered down or messed up.
Yeah. All kinds of shit can get messed up.
And then you're starting to let everybody know that this is a thing, and then, things can get covered up or mixed up or false information.
Yes.
Yeah.
False information is the worst. Okay, so this case has actually been requested by a few because it's recent and really sad. And a new documentary on it just came out recently, but there is a couple out there. I moved this one up on the calendar for our listeners because, well, we're here for you. And Jesse knows nothing, of course.
No, I hadn't heard anything about this one.
I watched this one happen in real time.
Really?
All of it unfold.
Is this going to be one of those? Oh, Lindsay, is this going to be one of those? Mm-hmm. A tough one?
Yeah, strap in. I mean, you see, I got
19 pages.
Front and back. Yeah.
I haven't read that much in my life.
This is typed. Yeah,
holy shit. Wait a minute. You got a whole page full of side notes, too. Y'all strap in. Here we go, Lindsay. God.
All right. So Gabby, Venora Petito was born March 19th, 1999, in Blue Point, New York, to Joseph, who goes by Joe, and Nicole Petito. Joe and Nicole were only 20 when Gabby was born and divorced soon after, and both remarried, and both families got along great. Like, this is the ultimate blended family here.
That's awesome.
Yes. So Nicole married a man named Jim Schmidt, and Joe married a woman named Tara, who, of course, took on Petito. In this blended family, Gabby would have 6 younger siblings. Gabby would do baton twirling and run track, and later on in her teenage years would become a social media influencer, mostly on Instagram, and she was really good at it. She was also an artist, and her art, when I tell you that it is exquisite, I'm not exaggerating. I'll put some in our Instagram stories, and I would really like for you to watch the documentary with me later, if you're up for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
She was, like I said, she was very artistic, and her pictures are a testament to that. In 2017, Gabby graduated from Bay Point High in Blue Point, and she became friends with a young man named Brian Laundrie.
So we're moving up now to the most recent thing that we've ever done.
Yes.
This is the most recent thing that we've ever, the closest to now time.
Real time.
Wow.
I watched this unfold.
Wow.
In real time. Yeah. So Brian seemed nice enough, quiet, shy, and kind of socially awkward. After high school, she lived in Carolina Beach, North Carolina, where she was going to go to community college, but ended up working as a hostess and kitchen helper at a restaurant. Now, this part is not in the documentary, but I've seen it in other sources, so I wanted to put it in the story. So her and Brian were just friends for I want to say about a year or two, and they went on a cross-country trip to California as friends and returned as a couple in a relationship.
Oh, they fell.
Yes. Now
that happens.
Now, this would be an on-again, off-again relationship, and her friends felt that Brian was a little controlling and tried to isolate her. Both had decided against going to college.
Dude finally got out of the friend zone. That was it, you think? Yeah.
Well, in the documentary, there's another friend who was friends with both of them. And they had a group,
Right.
And we all, especially at that age, we have our groups that we hang out with where it's 5 to 10 people. She was friends with both of them. She says that she wasn't into him like that. And then the next thing she knew, after she, told him that, she's like, I see you as a brother. She was shortly after that, he was in love with Gabby. So, yeah.
But he was stuck in the friend zone forever. And then finally transposed. Or
what was weird was
thing,
Gabby didn't really tell her family right away either.
No, she still wanted her good buddy. That was
right.
But she knew that she had probably overstepped her, her feelings or whatever, and it became a thing for a minute. And then she was like, wait a minute, I kind of want this to not be a thing. I get that for women, but so he had probably been waiting in the back burner though, holding on to that. And then he finally got it.
Well, I'm not really sure because from what they told their friends, it was kind of a love at first sight thing. But like I said, I don't know. It's very strange, the timeline. Because in the videos, because a lot of her life is on video because she was an influencer.
She was already out
and
there.
that is, that is on the documentary is so much footage. It's insane. They seemed very lovey-dovey, but she wasn't expressive about him towards her family.
It seems like what you're talking about right here is going to be a thing, though.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you fly.
Yeah,
I'm going to shut the hell up.
Right.
And I'm going to let you fly because, dude, I'm already seeing things. And I don't even know things.
Right.
Okay.
You drink and you know nothing.
I drink. Yes.
So both decided against going to college. And in the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, can you believe it's been 5 years this month?
Doesn't it seem like 5 weeks ago?
Down? It was our anniversary weekend. Remember? We were going to Universal and everything was shutting down that Sunday.
And I couldn't taste the fucking butterbeer. Oh.
We had it, y'all.
That was depressing.
Yes.
Gosh.
So Brian's parents decided to move to North Point in Sarasota County. Back down here in Florida because we didn't shut down for long, y'all. I mean, we just didn't. My place of work, we shut down to only to-goes where nobody was working but managers for a week. Jesse never stopped working at all.
No, never.
And
Went
then,
home early like twice, and that was it.
And then they brought like five, I want to say 5 to 10 of us back to do those to-go shifts. But we all filed for unemployment immediately. That was a scary time. I'd never been without work in my whole life. And I didn't know what to do with myself. But anyway.
We're probably like everybody else. We're check to check.
Yeah. And then, well, after 6 weeks, I opened back up and was back to full time. So that's probably what sent them down here, because New York was shut down for a long time. Long time.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine it. I mean, we would have just been in debt. But they said that you don't even have to worry about paying bills or anything like that for a while, remember?
Yeah.
But we would have just
our mortgage company wasn't on board with that.
Oh, well,
it would have just went to the back, right? It would have just went.
It'd have been overdrafts.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
Like I said, Bryant's parents decided to move down here to Florida, Sarasota County, North Point. And Gabby and Brian went with them. His parents were Christopher and Roberta Laundrie. So now all Gabby has is Brian and his parents, and she is very far away from her family and friends that she grew up with.
Right. 20 hours away. 24 from where they're at. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow.
So they would both get jobs at Publix. Gabby worked in the pharmacy. She was a pharmacy tech. And Brian worked in the grocery department. Now, Brian would quit working and focused on his art, trying to sell it. And Gabby started working 2 jobs. Her other job was Taco Bell. She loved that. She was so cute about her little job at Taco Bell. She loved telling people to have a taco-tastic day.
Taco-tastic day.
Y'all, I worked at Taco Bell. That was my first on-the-books job. And I loved it so much. I loved my job at Taco Bell.
You know how...
It was just simple.
Like, okay.
And it was a good time. I had all my friends work there.
You know how when you go to Dairy Queen and they hold your Frosty upside down before you get it, you know? Blizzard, right? So
Dairy Queen, yes.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
So they hold it upside down, then they hand it to you. Dude, Taco Bell needs to do that shit somehow. They need to come up with some cool little thing. I don't know. You know what they need? They need a nacho hat. One of those sombreros made out of nacho, man. That's what they need.
They were both artists. Like I said, Gabby was amazing. But their styles were very different. Where Gabby's pictures were bright and colorful, and Brian's was more on the dark side. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes dark art can be a cry for help.
I can see that.
And if you guys haven't watched a documentary, watch it, because it shows all of his art.
Lyrics can be the same too.
Right.
R.I.P. Chester Bennington.
And Chris Cornell.
Mm-hmm. God.
They were working on saving money for another trip to visit all kinds of state parks and live the van life. And this is a whole world
that was a hot thing that happened right after COVID, because people were just like, I still want to get around.
Yes.
We can do this and still get around and go camping.
Because you could be outdoors. They encouraged you to.
Dude, I would spend a year.
Listen, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Bet.
Yeah.
It's happening. We could do pods on the road, girl.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
So there seemed to be some kind of tension between Roberta, which is Brian's mom, and Gabby at times. Brian would just tell her, hey, sometimes she's just like that. It'll blow over. She needed attention. Roberta needed a lot of attention from everybody. Like, there was a whole thing about everybody not being like super ecstatic over her pie, one night and whatever. Now, I cook, and yes, it is nice to get the praise, but I'm not going to get pissed at you. You know what I mean?
I need your attention. I need it right now. I need it right now.
That Beartooth song.
It was Shova wanting some attention in that one. I
don't know. I don't want to read too much into that, because it could be a completely different message that we don't understand.
I get it. But it just seemed like that.
We're talking about a song from Beartooth. Lead singer Caleb Shomo, he has gone on a complete health journey.
Self-healing. He's done a lot of good stuff for himself. He moved from Ohio
to California to get rid of his seasonal depression. And I'm happy for him. I don't dig the new music as much.
No, I missed the first 3 albums.
But I don't want to discourage anybody from a self-healing journey at all.
No. I get it.
But anyway, so Gabby was uncomfortable, to say the least. And she was on an app called Bumble just to meet friends, because she was probably lonely and now feeling awkward in her boyfriend's parents' house. So her and a young woman named Rose Davis started hanging out. They would make TikToks together and just became really close friends. And like Rose was the Domino's delivery driver, and Gabby would just go along with her on her delivery route.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were, and there's video of that. It's so cute.
Definitely adventurous, yeah.
And Rose says that when Brian would be around on their outings, he would be very standoffish, and he acted more like a chaperone. But he would be really nice. But she just said that there was something off about him.
He wasn't part of the thing, but he was, yeah.
And there's another thing, too, that they were all pretty much the same age. But Brian started, like, losing his hair really young. Like, his receding hairline was started at, like, early 20s. So he looked 10 years older than everybody in his age bracket.
He'd be hanging out and be like, yeah, this is my dad.
He literally... Yes. He looked a lot older than her, but I think it was only like a year or two.
This is my cool uncle. He can buy alcohol.
Yeah. So Rose says that they were supposed to go line dancing one night, and Brian hid Gabby's ID, making the evening kind of a flop. And Brian was the kind of guy to do shitty things like make you feel bad about yourself and then turn around and do amazing things and try to make up for it. You know what I mean? Like
narcissistic, controlling, the whole thing.
Yes.
And I don't even like saying those words, and I can see it.
But
it's coming.
Yeah.
Lindsay is coming.
So in July 2020, Gabby and Brian went on a little camping trip. And then Gabby, when they came back, announced that they were engaged. Mm. Now, she didn't like call her mom and say this. Her mom saw it on a post.
She felt like she was cornered into it, huh?
Let's see. But there was no ring. But when he got down on one knee, a firefly landed on her ring finger. So to them, it was fate in the stars. All that good stuff, you know? And
it just doesn't seem organic enough. Like it's forced a little bit.
And it does, when you watch the footage, it doesn't seem organic either. It's weird. Now, like I said, if I had watched that not knowing the outcome, I don't know. But I was already, I don't know. I don't know how it would have felt. It seems really weird. There wasn't a date set, and they still planned and saved for their big van life trip.
It was exciting. I mean, I would have enjoyed that, just getting out and doing.
Yeah, they were going to go all over the country.
Yeah, the United States has so much to offer in a van, and I would have been on that fucking road. But it seems shady to me. I'm kind of scared right now, Lindsay. It's going to be a trip.
I mean, we're here for a reason. This is a true crime podcast. The van was now purchased, a 2012 Ford Transit Connect, and they turned it into a tiny little camper and downsized all their belongings.
Road trip!
Before the trip, though, Brian started getting a little more possessive. He didn't like her hanging out with her coworkers, and even went so far as to reach out to her mother, telling her that they were bad people.
Bro, you're fucking up a good thing, bro.
Brian would tell Gabby he was sorry for this, and then made it somehow to where she was apologizing to him for making him sad.
I'm sorry you made me get on to you.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Real quick, that's a reference from Vice Principals, Danny McBride, Walter Goggins.
Gotta watch it.
And the chick that plays Judy in Righteous Gemstones.
Yes.
Watch both those shows, HBO Max.
It's so damn good.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's ridiculous comedy. If you like ridiculous comedy, watch both of those shows.
Lindsay, you got so much to do. Dude,
okay.
I'm going to have to take a drink right out of this fucking Traveler bottle. Isn't I?
We got a while. Okay. She would tell Rose that it was her fault and she was a bad person and all the fights were her fault. So now we're up to June 2021. Time to start the van life. They go up to New York to visit her parents before they get started. Of course, she's got to tell them bye. She hadn't seen them in a while.
Yeah, it's a good way to check out the van and how it goes and how. Yeah.
It was so cute. She made it so cute in there. That was all her. He was filthy. She was not. Okay. So her mom gave her $200 for gas in emergencies and whatnot, and Gabby gave her the biggest hug. Just that hug that you crave from your older kids, that don't live with you anymore, and they only come around every once in a while. But I mean, her daughter's been in Florida and she's in New York.
Yeah, but $200 in 2021.
Well, they already have money. Her mom was just giving her. I was going to say
that's enough to get up there. What are they doing after that?
They already have money.
Okay,
but yeah,
okay.
And Gabby's plan was to make this a career. She was going to vlog about the van
right.
life.
She already had all the followers, and she was raking in money to begin with.
They had their solar panel,
right?
Power charging station.
They was ready, dude. Cameras. That is so awesome. Yeah. Why are you fucking this up, bro?
So, like I said, she was going to turn this into a career, and her dad was going to help her with the website as well. So she says goodbye to all the parents, siblings, so they're off on their journey.
Right. He's at home base, making sure everything's working out logistically, and she's doing her thing. Right. Cool.
Now, pay attention to my timeline, okay?
You know I'm going to forget it because I'm already getting buzzed.
Okay. On July 4th, they were at Monument Rocks in Kansas. July 8th, they were in Colorado Springs. They did like the hot springs and all that good stuff.
I know some people that live out there. We need to go.
So July 10th, they were at the Great Sand Dune making and editing videos all along the way, which is a lot of work behind the scenes. She had like a drone camera and there's footage of her like testing it out. She didn't know it. And it was, I mean, she just was naturally good at this.
That's awesome, though.
Now, Brian wasn't as clean as she liked, and there were arguments, and even in the unedited versions of the video, you can clearly see his annoyance.
Now, wait a minute. Is that the video, one of them that was on YouTube, where she was like, they were traveling around in the van, and she's like, I'm stopping right here so I can take a shower, and she's like, he's not going to take... I think I've seen some of this on YouTube. Lindsay.
Mm-hmm. And she had her annoyances as well. Now, Gabby would keep up with her family and with Rose through daily texts and about once a week give them a FaceTime call. Rose said she would feel Gabby distancing herself from her after a while, but had no idea why. But also, Rose does say she was understanding because she knows in some spots, in places they were going, there wasn't cell phone service.
Right.
Okay, so August 12th, they had been on the road for 41 days. And they're in Moab, Utah. Okay. On this day, there was a 911 call from a man.
Grant County Sheriff's Office.
Were you able to get a description of the intoxication?
Hi, can you hear me, sir? Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute. Florida with the white van, Florida license plate, white land, gentleman.
Where's it at?
5'6" beard. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower.
Or what were they doing?
Cooperative, but what do you say?
What were they doing?
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
What?
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
Oh my God.
White van. I can give you the license plate if you give me 1 sec. I took a picture of it.
What kind of white van? Like a big one?
It was a smaller van with the license plate of, it was white, Florida license plate. The make was a Ford, model was Transit, black ladder on the passenger side.
Black ladder, passenger side.
White Ford Transit.
White Ford Transit. Okay, what's your name?
Wow. Oh my goodness, Lindsay.
Y'all, I apologize. I'm crying.
You're ate up.
My marriage before Jesse was abusive, and this whole case, I've cried all week.
Oh my God, Lindsay.
I know.
You're not allowed to.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Lindsay.
So police caught up with them and they pull him over, get him out of the car, and Gabby was sobbing. But she was blaming herself for being stressed out about the website, mad that Brian wasn't keeping things clean, and Brian had actually locked her out of the car. before this man saw their
And
altercation.
there she is, way the fuck away from home, just locked
Just as
in
she
with
was
this
22,
dude.
and she was maybe 120 pounds. She's, just a tiny little girl.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, he's over here. They've got him separated. They're talking to him individually.
You're going to make me get into this fucking bottle right here. I swear to God.
Brian said that she got worked up and started swinging, and that her phone was in her hand. And he was basically saying that he was defending himself. Now, Brian did have scratches
Against
on his
120-pound little...
Now, he was small, too, but he was still at least 50 pounds heavier than her.
You come at me, I'm just going to lock... I'll just hold your hands for a second and be like, calm down.
But I'm sorry. Okay. I've seen the pictures. Hers were terrible. And his looked like defense wounds.
Right. Her just trying to fight away from the bullshit. Dude, I knew you were fucking going to do this. You bastard. You bastard.
I told you this one was sad before we even sat down and started recording. But like I said, Gabby's face was full on red and bruised. And there was pictures that she took of herself after this that she just kept in her phone. But I'm going to hold on to that. But Brian was like bro-duding it up with these cops, okay? And she's sobbing. He's laughing.
I'm disgusted.
Smiling. Yeah. And made Gabby out to be this irrational woman. And they just made her out to be the main aggressor.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's twisted it all around, trying to be controlling again. Here we go, dude.
Now, the police told them that they did need to separate for the night. They got Brian a hotel room. And this was a hotel that was specifically for taking battered women there, or battered spouses.
So he's in the hen house.
He's the victim,
and he's the damn wolf.
And all they did with her is tell her where she could go get a nice shower. And this cop is like, "Yeah, my wife has anxiety." Okay, so she tells them
she's the fucking victim.
She tells them that she's got anxiety and she has bad OCD. And I'm on a platform and I want to just say, because I suffer from anxiety and OCD. And this OCD is not just a person that wants things clean. So I'm going to just go a little bit into what OCD is.
Soapbox time with Lindsay. Here we go.
So OCD is persistent and intrusive unwanted thoughts, images, or urges that cause significant distress. The compulsive parts are repetitive behaviors or mental acts that the person feels driven to perform in response to the obsessions, according to rigid rules to reduce the stress caused by the obsessions. So she's got a goal, okay? She's on this van life. She wants to make money doing it.
And she's disassociating all the harm and bullshit that he's putting on her.
All the love me, need me, pay attention to
every
me.
red fucking flag in the whole fucking country.
So I think that, this is my humble opinion, but just from the research that I've done and the video footage that I've watched, she was probably spending a lot of the downtime on her phone, on her computer, trying to organize this to have an income for them to keep this trip going.
Yeah, between the spots, that's her job. And then when she gets there, she has to work too.
Like, even one of the friends said that Brian thought all of it was stupid. But when he was in the front of the camera, he was all sweet and cute.
Oh, for the public. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, look at me. I'm the greatest guy ever. God, dude, come on.
I've lost my place. Okay.
He's got me wanting to get, I'm going to get into this traveler over here. I don't want to travel with them, though. Not with him.
Like I said, Brian's got a hotel room. She's in the van, all alone, by herself, in a place far away from home. Now, Gabby calls her mom and lets her know kind of what's going on. And tells her mom, and her mom, of course, was not cool with this and was not cool with her being alone, and Brian was giving her room.
No, that would have been
like,
it.
What the fuck?
I'm gone. Yeah. I would have went straight on to.
Now, some people think that the cops were just like, okay, we're taking him away. We're giving you an opportunity to leave.
Yeah.
Some people take it like that. I'm sorry. I would have put her in the hotel room.
And it's hard for me to put myself in that situation as being a man. But if a chick was treating me like that in the middle of all that, she wouldn't have seen me again. I would have been on my way back home right then, that night.
Her mom, Nicole, begs her to come home, and Gabby assured her everything's going to be fine. They actually made up that night. But soon after, Gabby calls her mom saying that Brian was flying home to empty out a storage unit and that she would be staying in a hotel in Utah until after he returned. And she would be working on her website and making some YouTube videos of the trip that they had recorded so far.
Just so focused on just doing.
She's got goals.
Got her head down. Yeah. Just going to drive on through. No matter what happens, I'm going to make this happen.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to take a break.
And
you got to step back.
The footage is breathtaking of this. We have a beautiful country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, our country is just insane. So on August 22nd, Gabby texts her ex-boyfriend on Jack. Now, Brian's down in Florida, and she texts her ex-boyfriend, Jackson. And she's like, I'm probably the last person you want to hear from. But she kind of lets him know what's been going on. And he thinks that Gabby is trying to find a way out, but isn't sure how to go about it and is maybe afraid to do it.
So she's big and popular, but she's kept her circle kind of small. Mm-hmm. And that's just being a good person.
She only reaches out to Rose and her family, maybe one or two other people. And then she reaches out to Jackson out of nowhere after this altercation.
And to take a ride delivering pizzas.
Right.
Which that's awesome. I want to do that one day. I don't want to ride I don't want to ride with a police car. I want to ride with a pizza delivery guy.
Well, before I started getting unemployment during the pandemic, I had signed up to do DoorDash, and I was going to load y'all up with me. I wasn't going to do it by myself, But fortunately, I did get to go back to work and do some to-go shifts. Yeah. And people were being generous at that time to-go workers because it was the only way they could get food.
Yeah.
And
we made it work.
And then unemployment started coming in, and that was a big help. Anyway, so Jackson said that they had been together about a year before her and Brian got together, and they had also planned on doing this trip before their breakup. So all of this was Gabby's goal.
That was her goal. She wanted to travel around, use this as content, and experience the country. Yeah, for sure.
Now, he says that they talked on the phone after the initial text and just caught up. And she was letting him know that Brian was supposed to return to Utah the next day. That's her, by the way.
Oh, wow. Look at her. Just traveling around. And it's like I'm trying to wrap my head around all this. And this is going to be a tough one. And you're fixing to drop a bomb on me right now. Look at, that's them. I seen them on YouTube before, Lindsay.
Okay. So she tells Jackson that she did plan to leave Brian. And she just had to figure out how and when. He told her that she could call him anytime and just to please be careful. All right, August 27th. She Snapchatted Jackson saying that she was in a place that reminded her of him, which was called like the Jackson Hole. I guess it was like a canyon of some sort. It's on the documentary. We'll see it. And she called him again that day.
But it's known that they were still friends.
Yes.
After the relationship.
Right.
So of course she's just like, hey, boom.
It was a little cry for help too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that too.
She was comfortable with reaching out to him. She knew that he would be there for her.
Little security blanket right there. Yeah. She's probably realizing that, damn, I kind of fucked up by not staying with him.
Or she is scared in this current situation and she's reaching out to somebody that she felt safe talking to.
Right. Well, my thought would be like, she's also thinking, what would this trip be like if I would have just took him and done that?
That could be it too.
Yeah.
So like I said, she called him again that day, but he was at work and couldn't talk. Remember August 27th. Okay. So Gabby and Brian go to a restaurant that day, and you get on the documentary, you get like on screen texts from where they were texting each other while they were in the restaurant. And she was texting him from the restaurant bathroom and said that she wasn't feeling well. And to, take care of the check and this, that, and the other. And then there is CCTV footage of them going in and out of a Whole Foods market. And they seem fine, just getting some snacks or whatever, because they did cook in their little van as well. I mean, they had a little mini fridge.
I remember seeing a little thing on YouTube about this. I swear.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Like I said, it's a hot topic.
It was a big thing. Yeah.
Nicole texts Gabby that day to make sure she's okay. This is mom. Nicole is mom. And Gabby said, yes, everything is fine. And she had convinced Brian to camp in the woods that night so that she could have the van to herself, saying that he wanted to do that anyway. I don't care. And then she tells Nicole, Brian says I can have the van if I pay him, because they went in on this together, I guess. Mom asks, well, are you guys breaking up? And Gabby says, no, I can just make more money as a solo female van lifer. And then it was like a laugh emoji. And then said that they were heading to
still reaching out, though.
Campsite.
Still, like putting it out there, but just didn't commit to the full separation that she should have.
Remember
fucking
August
done.
27th.
Oh, Lindsay.
Okay?
Oh, Lindsay.
On August 28th, there were pictures that Brian had took of some scenery where they were in Wyoming. They're at Spread Creek campsite up there at the Teton National Park.
Yeah, beautiful in Teton. I want to go.
On August 29th, a woman named Norma Jean said that she was going to church in the Grand Teton National Park area. There's a little church there.
So beautiful up there.
It is. And she was going, and as she was leaving the service, she noticed a young man hitching alone. She gives him a ride and asks if she could take him to Jackson. When she said she's not going that way, he asked if she could take him to Spread Creek campsite, saying that his fiance is there working on her vlog. She takes him there and says that he quickly gets out, and she doesn't think any more of it. Nicole gets a text from Gabby's phone, and it says, can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls. Stan was Gabby's grandfather, and she called him Grandpa, not Stan. So that was very weird to Nicole.
Lindsay.
She thought maybe Brian was texting her because Gabby was driving, but after that, she could not get a hold of Gabby. On September 1st, Nicole, this is a few days later, Nicole texted asking how things were going. No response. September 2nd, texted again. No response. She was looking through her social media and didn't see any new posts. In fact, her last Instagram post was on August 25th when she was holding a little crochet pumpkin and it said, Happy Halloween.
Oh my God.
Nicole started to get nervous, but just thought Gabby had no service and she thought she was just overthinking the whole situation. She texts again on September 6th and 7th, no response. On September 9th, Nicole reaches out to her ex-husband Joe and says, hey, have you heard from Gabby? And he also says no.
I'm not going to let you power through this and just keep going. No,
if you stop me, I'm going to cry.
You're fixing to cry, Lindsay. Oh, God. Fuck it. I'm grabbing the bottle. Go.
So then he tries calling and texting Gabby, to which he gets no response. Nicole reaches out to Jackson, who tries Gabby's phone as well, and no response. He thinks maybe Gabby had gone through with her plan of leaving Brian, but he got a really bad feeling. So Rose was also supposed to get a call from Gabby on her birthday, but that came and went. No phone call. On September 10th, this is where it starts getting really fucked up, okay? On September 10th, Nicole texted Roberta, Brian's mom, to see if they had had any communication with her, and she got no response from Brian's mom.
Lindsay.
And the second text she sent was highlighted in green, meaning that she had been blocked. Joe reached out to both Brian's parents and his sister Cassie. Nothing. Zero reply. And then he texted him saying, I'm calling the police. And still no reply. Nicole makes a Facebook post begging for anyone to help find her daughter. And this spread really fast. Some friends and followers of Gabby's thought that they may have just decided to go off the grid. Nobody was thinking the worst, okay? So
I damn sure am.
I know.
I'm over here like, there's finna be some fuckery. There already is some fuckery.
On September 11th, which was 12 days since any contact from Gabby or Brian, they called every area that they might have been to report Gabby missing. The authorities in those areas said, hey, you have to report from the place of residence. So they called Northport, Florida Police Department because that's where Gabby and Brian had resided before they went on their trip. Officer Josh Taylor had deputies go to the Laundry residence. Chris and Roberta didn't want to talk to the deputy or the detective who was on the phone. But guess who was there? Brian
Ugh.
and the van without Gabby.
What?
And the laundry said that they have an attorney and they could have his number. This does not look good, to say the least.
No, shit is lining up. And it ain't good.
Now, the van was registered to Gabby only. So they towed it.
Yeah, it's
for
not his
investigation.
property. Yeah.
And Gabby is now officially a missing person. They let Nicole know that Brian and the van were at the laundry residence and they have lawyered up. So they go into hysterics immediately, as would I.
Where's my baby girl?
I cannot imagine what this family went through. So they made missing persons posters, passing them out everywhere, contacted the media, and stayed on the socials.
Lindsay, you got me over here puppy dog facing. I'm puppy dog facing right now.
So Joe immediately flew to Florida and did a press conference begging everyone to please help locate Gabby and for the laundries to please cooperate, because they're not.
What? They're defending. They already know.
Gets insane.
Lindsay.
So word spread quickly through the media, and there's a huge investigation now. They combed through the Grand Teton and surrounding areas, and nothing. FBI gets involved. There were helicopter, horse, drone, and searches on foot, dogs, everything. All the technology, all the resources were used. And also, the laundry residence was heavily surveillanced. There was media on their street night and day. And Brian's like out there mowing the lawn and shit.
He's just, I'm going to live my life. I'm good.
People were standing.
He acts like he don't know fuck shit, but he's just out here like just doing his thing.
There were people outside of their house all day long chanting, "Where is Gabby?"
Right. Exactly.
How
the hell isn't he fucking locked up right now just for suspicion at this moment?
Right. Because they don't have a body.
So he just literally says, I don't know. And he came back with her
shit. Because they lawyered up. They can't do it. Once you lawyer up, that's it.
A bunch of effing that. Effing fucking
So these
a-holes.
these fuckers actually went on a camping trip and posted about it. Yeah. Then the body cam footage from the Moab domestic dispute, it came out and it went viral. And her family is watching this on the news. They had no idea the extent of this incident because I'm sure Gabby presented it to them as very mild.
Right. And she already has all this content and all this stuff that they can piggyback off of.
Oh, yeah.
Ratings.
So now everyone is mad because Gabby was treated as the aggressor and Brian was treated as the victim in that situation.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
On September 27th, this is now 10 days without contact. Police get a tip that there is something going on at the laundry residence. The police go investigate this tip, and the parents say that Brian was not there, and they hadn't seen him for days and wanted to report him missing. But they didn't report him missing until the police showed up. Remember that. Jim, Gabby's stepdad, was in an interview, like on a news network, and hears about this news on air, that now Brian is missing. Police collected potential evidence from the laundries, and in this collection, they found a letter from Roberta, Brian's mom, to Brian saying, "Burn after reading."
What? He's deuced out.
This is what some of the letter said. "You're my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do. If you are in jail, I will bake a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags."
He has all them on his fucking persuaded, fucking narcissistic, self-controlled fucking team.
All right,
he has them in the mindset.
All will come together.
He knows that he can control the whole family. He's got them in lock. Fucking dude.
Yeah, she's a problem mom, for sure. Now, Gabby and Brian were both missing people at this point, and chaos is everywhere. Most people have concluded that Brian has done something to Gabby and is now on the run.
Running.
Tip lines were getting about 300 new responses a day. And can you imagine the people that have to sort through that?
Yeah, the real shit versus the bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
A couple
But if you get one, it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that's what put Danny Rolling under.
Yeah, one good one.
One good lady that remembered him from 15 years prior. Yep.
Then the Tooth Fairy came out.
Exactly. That's fucking weird. So, a couple named Jen and Kyle Bethune, who were also doing the van life vlogging, remembered having come upon Gabby's van at that same campsite and went through their video footage, and sure enough, that her van was in one of their videos on August 27th. And it was the only van on the trail. That's it. Like, you see it on
there it
footage.
Is. Everybody else has campers or RVs or something. Yeah.
And from the video footage that I saw, it's the only vehicle that was on that whole trail.
Inside.
It was kind of parked to the side.
Okay.
So investigators searched where the van had been parked in that Spread Creek area. There was a river there, and they started searching river and creek bottoms on horseback and foot. They came upon what looked like human remains after about 2 days of searching.
Lindsay.
So we're now 20 days from last contact on September 19th. This would be a female laying on her side, wrapped in a sweater, and there was a burn spot next to the body, and her boots were off next to what had been the fire, and it looked like the crime scene had been staged. This would be the body of Gabby Petito, and her death was caused by blunt force trauma and manual strangulation.
Lindsay.
This one's been rough.
I'm cloudy over
I
here,
know.
dude. This is not cool. I knew it was coming, though. This son of a bitch.
So FBI informed the family immediately so they wouldn't have to hear it from the media first. They had to send pictures via cell phone of her body.
To confirm, yeah.
To confirm, and they were absolutely devastated.
God.
Her stepfather, Jim, was the first to receive the information and then had to call Joe and Tara.
That is so tough. Goodness.
Yeah.
That's a rough one here.
I'm sorry, Joe and Nicole. And then they all had to tell the siblings. I had 6 kids they had to tell about their big sister. Rose, her best friend, found out through a reporter, like a reporter called her and let her know.
And everybody looked up to her and her success and her traveling and her art and her content was just so amazing, positive, just good life. Just you aspire to that happiness.
Mm-hmm. And I think it might have been Rose that said it, but that was one line that was really kind of chilling to me. It was like, everybody that's happy on social media has dark skeletons that they're hiding.
And you've literally seen people say that, saying, I need to take a break. I need to do this to get myself right back in the head. Like, I'm fucked up right now.
So it was determined that Brian had killed her on August 27th, the day that she went to the restaurant and then to the Whole Foods store. A waitress from that restaurant said that they had appeared to be arguing in the restaurant. And all you see is Gabby's like footage of all their food. It looked like amazing Mexican food, chips, salsa, fajitas, sizzling on the platter. But you don't know what's going on behind that video, you know?
The douche.
Ugh. So then that's when they headed up to Spread Creek. And that's when she sent the text to her mom about becoming a solo female van lifer. They saw that she had been using her computer around 8:30 p.m. And that was the last time her devices were used. But the next day is when Brian took scenic photos and had hiked quite a bit away from Spread Creek. And then that's when he got the ride from Norma Jean. At 1:20 that day, his phone records show that he called Roberta and had about an hour conversation. Shortly after that was when his father called an attorney.
He told him then.
And then later on, he made several texts between him and Gabby's phone to make it look like she was still alive.
Trying to separate from the scene.
Like they even said that he didn't even think it through enough to show that it was like he was holding both phones and was doing this and was doing that, just going back and forth.
Saying the wrong words, calling people what they shouldn't be called.
Yes.
And just, all the signs are here, yo.
So that night...
And his fucking family just backed him just all the way, just...
I have 4 boys that I love with all my heart, but you murder somebody, I'm driving you to
I ain't backing
the
them
fucking
shit.
jail.
I do not.
Yes.
I mean, I love them to death, but I ain't backing them. No. I'm going to see how this shit plays out, Lindsay.
So he travels back to Florida from Wyoming on August 29th and used Gabby's credit card to get gas and everything he needed to get back to Florida. That's a long-ass drive.
Yeah.
Then he used Zelle to send himself money from her account with a memo on it that says, "Goodbye, Brian. I'll never ask you for anything."
Trying
so
to seal
really
it up, trying to cover tracks. It's too late, man.
So now it's time to focus on Brian because he is a fugitive and he's still missing.
Yeah.
There was a warrant out for his immediate arrest.
Man on the run.
There were tips coming in everywhere. And there was a sighting of him in Ocala near the woods. Of course, I heard it called Ocala again. Yes. Dog the bounty hunter.
Dog got involved in this?
Yes, Dog was involved. The morning of September 14th, someone had left their car at Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park for a few days. And this car belonged to the Laundries. And they picked it up after it had been ticketed. It was like a Mustang, I think. Like a 2-door. Was that a GT?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said that this was one of Brian's favorite places to hike. He had told his parents he was going there to get away from all the media attention, and they thought he would return soon. On September 18th, investigators combed through the park looking for Brian. And this was hard because there was a lot of rain. Okay, so I think there was a little flood that we had around this time. Because it was in September, and we do get a lot of rain in September.
Yeah.
And we get hurricanes, shit like that. So it became very soggy. Dogs were being attacked by gators, and it was just a wet mess, and it lasted for weeks. So now we're on October 20th.
Wow.
Brian's still missing. They opened the park back up to the public after the flooding, and the Laundries now head to the park. Roberta and Chris.
Like they know where baby boy is. You little bastard.
They begin their search. Now, law enforcement does go along with them. Okay. But they begin their search for Brian at 7 a.m. because they knew all of Brian's favorite spots. 1 hour later, they've been searching for a month. 1 hour later, Chris found Brian's waterproof hiking bag. 45 minutes later, after the bag was found, they found the remains of Brian Laundrie.
What?
This was 1 mile from where he had parked his car. He had decomposed significantly, and the autopsy showed that this was from a single shot from a handgun in the head.
He did it.
He took his own life.
You think they were going out there and giving him food and stuff too to begin with?
I have no idea. His parents are shady as fuck. Yeah.
Well, with how decomposed, I mean, it probably happened right
now.
then.
There's video footage of them searching. If there was, they didn't post it, but there is no screaming, crying breakdown from his parents whatsoever.
They already knew, though. They were just not surprised, huh?
I don't know. So
I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking he went out there and did his thing with all the rain and weather in my thought process here.
Well, a lot of people think
covered
that they
it
knew
up.
he was going to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that weather situation and all that kind of helped cover up all the noticeable things that would happen with a human that's laying there for that long.
We'll get into that. Yeah. We're coming up on that. Right. So inside Brian's bags were pictures of him and Gabby, like Polaroids, and a waterproof notebook. In this notebook, he had written multiple letters to his family saying his goodbyes. And he wrote, "I am killing myself by this creek in hopes that the animals will tear me apart, that it may make some of her family happy." Then there was a story telling his version of the event that led to Gabby's death. This pisses me off. He was basically trying to say that she had hurt herself, fell in the stream, and then begged him to end her pain. And he said that ending her life had been merciful.
Then why wouldn't he come out and just try to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you call the police immediately. No, you don't end somebody's life mercifully. I'm sorry. You
don't.
bundle them up. You get them in the van. You drive to the nearest thing.
and
if they pass away, that's
if they
unfortunate.
expire on the way, you did the best you
Best you
could with the highest hopes. By
So
God,
of course it's fucking.
yeah.
I'm
gonna do that for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, dude. Your shit'll be all piled up and hanging out, dude. We're going. Come on, here we go. And I'm gonna make it like the best moments that it can be while we're doing that, and I can watch you expire. I'm sorry, Lindsay, I'm thinking too much now.
Yeah. But it's. I mean, that is a natural response. You don't kill somebody.
I'm just trying
out
to
of
put
mercy.
myself in this situation,
Right.
and I'm all clouding up over here.
We're up hiking in a creek, and I fall in, and you get me out. You're taking me to the nearest emergency spot. He's drinking straight from the bottle.
Traveling whiskey. I can't help it. You got me fucked up right here, right now.
He also wrote that he wanted to go to New York to confess to her family so that Joe and Jim would kill him because he couldn't stand to live without her.
You think a lot of that was parents' persuasion, though? You think they were like, hey, listen here, go do this. We're going to do that. Let's be quiet.
We will never know.
It seems shady.
Yep.
Don't it? Let's lawyer up. Let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, man. Come on.
So he also asked that his parents get left out of everything because they didn't do anything wrong. Shit. Yes, they did. They covered for your ass.
They knew it.
And that's wrong.
They knew it before you even got back.
They knew within hours. Or the next day at least.
Yeah.
This was all made public along with the burn after reading letter from Roberta. It was also made known that in that phone call from Brian to his parents that he had told them that Gabby was gone and that he needed help, and that's when they lawyered up.
In the big grand scheme of things, it didn't change what the fuck he really did, but it seems like they were enablers to create.
Oh, yeah.
They helped create this fucking monster that came out.
The parents claimed they didn't know anything except that Gabby was gone. No details.
Liars.
Now, 1 year after Gabby's body had been found, her family, along with Rose and Jackson, traveled to the spot where her body was found and made a vlog about it. They said they could feel her presence and hear her spirit there. They brought her ashes and spread them around, knowing that's where Gabby would have wanted.
Yeah. That's so tough to do that to your own child.
I know. They took a picture of everyone together there, and there's a huge orb right in the middle.
Look at that. I believe in that.
Oh, yes, me too. We've seen it.
Yeah, I believe in that shit.
They received so many messages from people saying Gabby's story is the reason that they left their abusive partner. So the family started the Gabby Petito Foundation, which is awareness and prevention of the signs and dangers of domestic violence, which we will post in our show notes.
Yeah.
Along with other resources that we can find.
And that's part of the whole thing behind all this. I get it now where, a lot of people like to listen to this for knowledge and to look out for certain things. Sorry, but her parents should have helped her realize this douche before.
Well, because I'm telling you, if this had been a thing when I was in my first marriage, I would have left well before I did.
Yeah.
So they also helped pass a law where now 11 specific questions must be asked when law enforcement is called to a domestic dispute. And this really got to me at the end of the documentary when on-screen text says that over half the women in the United States will experience abuse from a partner in their lifetime.
Half the women experience that.
And that's just in the United States.
Just to be a decent ass fucking dude, you're only 50%. Wow. That's tough, Lindsay. This is such a big thing right here. Sad. I just cannot believe you have been puddled. I'm puddled.
I just want to say to anybody that experiences anything like this in their relationship, get out.
Yes.
I went through a terrible abusive relationship when I was Gabby's age, a little bit younger. It was from the time I was 18 to 22.
Just the same, you held your head down to help raise your kids,
right?
And ignored
I
things.
had baby after baby, and then at the ultimate split, I was pregnant with my third, and it is an absolute miracle that I'm here talking to you, because there were several situations that I was in where
The trauma.
I could have. I'm just telling you, I don't want to get into it because I will cry. But it is a miracle that I'm sitting here talking on this microphone.
I literally hate that for you, Lindsay.
I know you do. And you've heard it. And I think I've told you pretty much everything.
But I'm always here. I mean, I'm here to accept that and help build stronger with you. So.
And it's been, my third son is 19 years old. So it's been 20 years since we split. And it still haunts me to this day.
Yeah. In your most dramatic moments, you fall back on a lot of things like that. And if there's any little thing that even I would do that seems like asshole-ish or dickheadish or whatever, just common relationship stuff, that triggers it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And
That's tough.
But it's just it's hard to explain because there's nothing that you've ever done that's been anywhere near close to that. But I would never be in that situation again. I have very low self-esteem, and it's like people like that, people like abusers, they know what kind of people to target.
Right. Well, that was probably part of the whole thing behind her motivation, was to build herself into something with all of her content.
She was compliant. She was people pleasing.
Yeah.
So that was the whole reason why he was able to keep her as long as he did. And he isolated her as much as possible.
Had her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious, dudes. Be better dudes.
Yes. Yes. Women get out of situations like this immediately. Like I said, we're going to post resources in our show notes. Men, don't do this to women. Don't do it.
No.
If you don't like a strong, independent woman, if you feel like you need to have somebody all to yourself and not let them be, you need to go get help. Period. You need
realize what your actions are unhealthy.
Right.
You know, and
your actions are unhealthy.
Don't put anybody else through that. No, period. But that so this is it, huh?
That is our coverage
of the whole thing.
Gabby Petito.
Oh God, Lindsay, I guess I can do this.
He's like curled up.
I don't really.
I don't even want applause.
Well, I mean, your story to share it. I mean, I don't know. You got me all puppy dogging over here.
Well, the documentary is fresh on Netflix right now. The newest one. So I wanted to go ahead and cover that. Wow. Yeah. And
I do remember seeing some of her stuff with him.
Because that one really.
And they were talking about, they were stopping at a place where they could finally take a shower, and he didn't even take a shower while he was there. I remember that.
Well, Norma Jean said that when she picked him up, he stunk. Yeah.
Didn't care. Can I play music now?
Yes. All right.
Oh my gosh.
What band are we plugging today?
So in my search of different bands and everything, I found this really cool. They're like a gothic punk rock type band. Mm-hmm. I think they're from like South Florida. I talked to Melissa Stacy, and she sent me her music. And the band's called the Scream Queens.
Nice.
Really cool. Really cool. And I want to play some of their music. You're going to like it, Lindsay. It's really cool. I'm excited too.
I love me a chick screamer.
Yes. They're really cool. They're really cool punk rock. It's like this gothic vibe, and I can't wait.
Well, you sure are buying a whole mess of holy water for two people.
Yeah, I like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to get fucked up.
Hey
Lindsay.
They were
They're
cool as fuck.
I'm enjoying some of that. I'm going to listen to all their stuff.
Yes,
I liked it.
Absolutely.
That was really cool. So if you're in South Florida, check out the Scream
Great
Queens.
punk. Yes.
Yes. Graveyard Punk. I guess. I love it. I love it.
Well, their Instagram handle or their Instagram bio says horror punk.
Horror punk.
Yes.
I love it. I'm looking at their next song, and it's playing right now. And look at them, dude. They're really cool. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love the vibe. Cool band. If you're in South Florida, check them out. Go to the show. Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much for sharing. And we will see you guys next Friday.
Yes.
And you did a great job, Lindsay. I am puddled. I don't know what else to say about this.
We had to take a breather break before we plugged it because we were both like...
No fear is perfect. Have fear sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, well, just have good judgment and don't hold your head down
aware.
and push forward just to try to get something done to get something positive out of it. I guarantee if you look back, and we're going to look back on some of this on her childhood and things like that, there's something that drove it into it. And there's something that drove him into being who he was, too. And I think it was parents.
Enabling parents.
Yeah. But, hey, thank you for telling the story. It was horrible.
It was.
We puddled.
And I apologize for crying on the podcast, but it's hard.
I'm looking forward to our weekend together. Happy anniversary, my love.
Happy anniversary, my darling.
We will see you guys next Friday.
Yes. We'll recap our anniversary trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just going to be a little overnighter.
We're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to do some stuff. Go to some cool, I'm going to the distillery. We're going to the distillery.
Yes.
Lindsay,
We're going to St. Augustine, by the way.
St. Augustine Distillery.
Which we have been to a million times, but we haven't been in a long time. So it's time to revisit.
We haven't been together down there in a long time.
Long time.
How long
We
has
used
it
to go
been?
all the time.
How long has
and
it been since you
10
went
years,
to,
I think.
You haven't been to St. Augustine in 10 years?
You and I were...
10 years ago?
It's been almost 10 years. Silas was little.
Wow.
He's 11. Maybe 9 years.
Yeah. No, we went to a show. Didn't we go to a show?
Oh, yeah, you're right. But we didn't do anything.
We seen Defy the Tyrant there one time. Yeah.
We didn't do anything in the town area. We went to the show and we went back home.
Yeah.
But yes, we did go all the way there.
Yeah, because I was thinking that you
To
had been
see
there.
Defy.
Yeah.
And we went to, was that St. Augustine?
Yeah, we went to the amphitheater a few times.
That's right.
Yeah,
but we
that
haven't
counts.
been to, I'm sorry,
Deftones,
we are
Gojira.
lying out our asses.
Lorna Shore, where I got your autograph.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
We went and saw Lorna Shore, Gojira, and
I was
Mastodon.
like, Lindsay, the band's there. I mean, he's not there, but the singer's
I
not
couldn't
there,
leave and
but the
miss
band's there.
Gojira. Fucking hell.
Oh,
I
it was
love
an awesome show.
Lorna Shore. But I love Gojira.
Yeah.
And I wasn't missing a moment of either one of them.
Great show. Great
Yes,
show.
but that was a there and back type thing. We haven't done St. Augustine life,
Yes.
downtown shit.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to check it out, check
Yeah.
it out. It's really fun. And we're going to Anastasia Island. We're going to walk on the beach if the weather's
Villano.
nice.
We're going Villano.
Villano. Why do
Yes.
I keep saying that? Yeah. Villano Beach, yes. So, excited.
Yes.
Excited.
Excited.
I'm not going to put an X on it because you're never going to be my ex. Just excited.
Just excited.
We'll see you guys next Friday.
Bye.